Study is revealing how many Americans were already deep in credit card debt. That was even before this emergency started.
So it's no surprise things are expected to get worse, but there are ways to deal with debt even in this tough economy. 3 News Side's Susan Campbell has the recent changes in the credit card industry that you need to know about. And I think the key here, Susan, is you have to ask.
Absolutely. You have to ask for help. So we know that it's really easy to get into credit card debt, a lot harder to get out of it. And now the credit card industry is getting really worried about the current state of our economy. According to a new survey by creditcards.com, 59% of credit card holders in the U.S. went into the coronavirus pandemic with credit card debt. That's 110 million people. A majority of them said they were already relying on credit cards to get by before this current economic crisis began. And a majority had been carrying that debt for more than a year. Creditcards.com analyst Ted Rossman says the coronavirus emergency is proof that circumstances can change in an instant. And what you may have considered manageable debt suddenly puts you in a precarious financial situation. He says under normal circumstances, he would suggest that people get a balance transfer card to help tackle their debt. Those cards can come with a 0% interest rate for up to 21 months. But he says you may not be able to find that option right now.
Credit card companies are really nervous about the state of the economy, the state of the job market. Even in the last couple of weeks, there's been a big change in terms of lending standards, and they've gotten a lot stricter. So right now, to get one of these more desirable balance transfer cards, I think you need a credit card or a credit score, I should say, in the 700s at least. And you also need to have a stable employment situation.
Does the Federal Reserve slashing interest rates translate to credit cards at all? Can we expect any sort of difference in any of our credit card payments?
Unfortunately, the Fed rate cuts are not going to do much for credit card borrowers. Rates are coming down, but it's slight. Rates were around 17% before the Fed cuts. They'll probably come down to about 16%. But unfortunately, the average borrower would hardly notice that. It's really just a difference of a few dollars a month on your typical minimum payment.
Now, according to this survey, 61% of people said they went into credit card debt for necessary things like medical bills, groceries, and childcare. Just 31% blamed discretionary spending like shopping and vacation. So we can tell just how tight of a situation so many people are in right now. And Yada, you said it right at the top of this. The key is asking for help. A lot of credit card companies out there are willing to work with you if you just call and ask. So sometimes you can see your rates coming down a little bit. Sometimes you can maybe pause your payments. It's all about that line of communication. Everybody is kind of navigating this new world altogether.
Yeah, it's